Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to do so, my email is in the description box below. So this first email comes in from a community member, and she said, I am just curious if anyone else is seeing ball canning jars and lids on sale this summer, or if it's just by Mart. Right now they're 30% off for jars and lids. In June it was 20%. In July it was 25%. I'm stocking up, and that's for sure. I haven't seen anything in my end. So if anyone else is seeing it, put that in the comment section. Okay. Thanks. So here's an email from a good friend of mine. She lives in the UK. And she left some links for us. Okay. So I'll put those in the description box below. She said there are still quite a few strikes going on over here, but as I said the last time, I've been keeping up with it. I just see the odd news headlines here and there. But an article from the Independent newspaper had an article about the strikes and gives all the planned strikes for the month of August. Wow, they do that? Okay. And the retail apocalypse continues. Over the past few weeks, more retail stores and bank closures have been announced. I think in my last email, I mentioned more stores such as Argos, New Look, and Iceland Supermarket have closed stores. Yes, you did. But some of these retail chains were going to be opening new stores in the future. More stores are going to be closing this month. Boots is a retail chain that sells health and beauty products, but many Boots stores also have pharmacies on the premises. Apparently, Boots have already closed a small number of stores, and now they have announced that they will be closing an additional 300 stores across the UK and 150 locations in the US. According to this article I came across, Boots has a parent company which is called Walgreens, Boots in Alliance. Yes, Boots in Alliance is Walgreens like their Walgreens store brand name, I guess, if you want to call it that. She said, so I'm assuming that this parent company has pharmacies in the U.S. Yes, Walgreens actually is where I get all of my prescriptions from. Yeah. She said, also 237 Sainsbury supermarkets have a Lloyd's pharmacy on the premises, and apparently Lloyd's pharmacy will be pulling out all 237 stores. Wow. Last but not least, it was announced a few days ago that another retail chain, Wilko, was on the verge of collapse and looking for a buyer. Apparently 14 stores had closed in 2022. It has now been reported that Wilko has filed a notice of intention and appoint administrators when it failed to find enough emergency investment. There are about 400 stores in the UK. Wilko is the kind of store that sells a bit of everything from DIY tools to home decorating supplies, home furnishings, pet food and supplies, along with health and beauty, stationery, and of course all the usual seasonal items. I myself have been a regular shopper at Wilko over the years, as their prices were much cheaper than stores as Boots, Superdrug, Robert Dias, etc. But stores such as B&M and The Range also sell the same and similar items as Wilko and have been reported as saying they are finding it hard to compete with the prices of these other stores. Wilko will indeed be a great loss to British high streets. Also, over the past few years, many banks throughout the UK have been closing branches. 7 years ago, when I moved to the town I live in, we had all the major banks and building societies: NatWest, HSBC, Barclays, Santander, Lloyds, and Nationwide Building Society. Barclays was the last to close, which was last month, and now there is only Nationwide left. Some towns and villages in the UK have no banks, or building societies left at all. Oh my God, wow. And we all know the reason for the bank closures. There will be no need for banks when the digital currency takes over. Yes, girl, yes, I know. Has there been anybody in the UK that's been going for this world coin? From what I understand, there's been like 2 million people worldwide so far going for this world coin. And I'm thinking, you know what I mean? So is anybody, do you know, is it are they talking about it over there? So, tell me, oh my God, So Anyway, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links that I'm going to leave in the description box below for you guys to read, okay? So here is an email from a community member. She said, last week I bought a box of Jell-O cook and serve pudding. I cooked it up last night. While eating it, I noticed the texture was not silky, but more like something made with too much flour. Quite odd. I couldn't eat much and I started to have a reaction. What? Really? She said, I got out the box out of the trash and read the following. Made with sugar, cornstarch, dextrose, cocoa, and processed with alkali. What is that? I googled it. Alkali is used in paper, soap, and detergents. What the fuck? And they're putting it in food? Why is this being used in pudding? I don't know. I called my sister to see if she had an older box. She does. There's no alkali listed in as an ingredient. If you have soap allergies, look at your food ingredients. Oh my God. Why would they put that in food? That's disgusting. The heck? So here is an email from a community member along with some pictures. She said, I have not been to Albertsons in quite a few weeks, and I went by there today to grab a couple of things. Their lunch meat section had a bunch of gaps in it, and one section of the cheese had some gaps as well. It's the Lucerne cheese, Lucerne. Well, I went down the aisle, several aisles, to see how they looked, and I found canned items are in shortages with some areas. Flour, sugar is low. Here are the pictures that I took. Thank you so much. This is really awesome. Thank you so much. And then she sent another email saying, I tried to make meals in advance for those nights I don't feel like cooking. You too, huh? She said I would put the food in containers in the freezer, but I was running out of room. But what I do now is I put the meals in plastic container in the freezer. I let it freeze, and then I will take it out of the freezer, run it on hot water on the sides of the container so I'm able to release the food inside. I will then put the meal in a food saver bag, and it frees up more space. And here's an example of one of the meals that I made. Sesame chicken, is that what that is? Here you go. So here's an email from a community member along with some pictures, and she said, hi again. It is my belief that our seeds are being tampered with. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I really do, because my seeds that my daughter-in-law, she started with the garden and everything, and she's just like, Ma, why is nothing? And I'm like, I don't know, baby. I really don't. I mean, even like the herbs seeds, it's like nothing is producing, and I mean nothing. So I said, why don't you try the hydroponics? So now she's got hydroponics set up, and she's going to try it that way and stuff like that. It's like she's trying every which way she can to start a garden, and it's like nothing is working. Yeah. She said, you were kind enough to share my questions about my garden seeds, and I'm grateful. Thank you. You mentioned the possibility of pesticides. Yes, I did. She said, I don't use anything in my garden. No, babe. What I was talking about was if you bought a tomato from the store and you took those seeds out of that store-bought tomato and you planted those seeds from that store-bought tomato. That's what I was talking about. She said, my vegetables have been growing well this season. I'm going to ask you to take a look at these articles below. It's dated 2018. This shows me that the issue isn't new. I'm also going to show you a few clips, general Google information. I hate to think that there's yet another level of conspiracy in our daily lives. Oh, girl, look. There's always a level of conspiracy in our lives. But who knows? She said, did you know that where I live, it's illegal to share seeds? What? I didn't know this. No. Oh, she said, and I took your advice and I bought non-GMO heirloom seeds on Amazon. Yeah, they're good stuff. I get the feeling the issue is more serious than I originally thought. Okay, so illegal to share seeds. What in the flip-flop and what? So I will show you what she showed me and also share with you the seeds that she bought. And these are actually the same seeds that I buy. And they're fantastic seeds. Yeah. Okay, who's ready to get inspired? A community member, she wrote in with some pictures. She said, "You are such a blessing, my dear." No, no. You have inspired many of us with your pictures of your preps and how you do things. And I actually show my daughter-in-law everything that you send me. And you are the one that lit a fire under her tuchus. And that's why she has literally just taken the reins. She really has, because she knows that I can't do it anymore. So I want to thank you. She said, sending the dehydrated veggies I got done, made sis a homemade bread pudding with the old hot dog rolls. You and your ideas, okay? She said, and added her pineapple she canned. Delish. Ripping and running here, as I always do, but getting all done and prepped. I helped sis pick green beans, and we harvested potatoes this weekend. I left Sunday, miss her already, God bless. She said, note, you can use any type of bread, bagels, raisin or maple, rye, sourdough, English muffin, but I used 4 long loaves, French bread, 2 sticks, butter melted. I added olive oil to butter to allow enough to cut bread cubes effectively, basically too yum to taste. Toss in spices, garlic, Italian seasoning, or any type that you like. I also added dehydrated onion, 350 degrees to brown and crisp. You may share your monthly recipe if you like. Yes, that will be in the newsletter, and that is her recipe for those croutons. Thank you. And before I go, I leave you with this video. What I will say about this video is God bless this young man. Amen. He is doing the right thing by reading his Bible out in public on a public sidewalk. And he is preaching the word of God. That is all for this video. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.
But through love serve one another. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. But if you bite and devour one another, beware lest you be consumed by one another.
Hey, what are you doing?
What is the problem here?
What's wrong with you? What are you doing? I just think that my hand. You didn't give him any warning. You just grabbed the mic.
No, this is the same one that we had in here.
Yeah, that was in there. It was not out here. What is wrong with you? What are you doing? You didn't give us any warning.
Let it go. You guys have been warned.
They say we can they say we can speak out here on the sidewalk freely.
You can speak, but there's no amplified device.
Nobody told us that.
What are you doing? Nobody told me that.
Well, how come there's no amplification?
Resist.
Hey, you guys are acting like thugs, man. You're acting like straight up thugs.
Hey, you're taking away my property.
He has every right to be out here engaging in speech.
Tyrants.
He has every right to be out here engaging in speech. There's cars driving by with their radios.